members, Brittany and Eddie.
Super excited to be here. See a lot of friends on.
Yes, thank you very much. I too am very excited.
Brittany, we can barely hear you. Is there a way that you can speak up a little bit more so that?
Sure. Is it? I'm not sure.
There you go.
But yeah, same volume, but I will try to speak louder. How's
Okay,
that?
perfect. So that way the audience out in the public, whoever's watching, could hear you.
Got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi,
We look forward to
Brittany,
having
Eddie.
you guys part of our team, and
Yeah.
hopefully one of these days back in person.
That's Mallory.
It feels weird being the senior members now, and we've only been here, this is going on our third year. Lorena, is everybody on that needs to be on?
The only one we're not seeing is, oh no, but I do see Mallory. Okay, yeah, we are.
All right, in just a minute here, just a second, I'll get going. There we go, 7 o'clock. All right. Good evening. I, David Gerber, Chair of the Community Service Commission. I now call this meeting to order at 7 p.m. For the audience tonight, I am the chair and serve as the presiding officer for tonight's meeting. Before we move forward, I would like to announce that in response to executive orders issued by Governor Newsom, the city is conducting a teleconference public meeting utilizing Zoom video communications. This allows the city to continue to conduct essential business and comply with public health administration recommendations to protect the public and city employees, practice social distancing, and limit exposure by not allowing in-person public meeting. To ensure that the public will be able to participate, public comments can be submitted as live comments during Zoom meeting and via email at publiccomment@cityofglendora.org. Madam Clerk, will you please take a roll call?
Thank you, Chair. So at this time, I will conduct an oral roll call and request that each commissioner respond with present when their name is called. Commissioner Carrasco,
Present.
Commissioner Kuyumjian, sorry.
Present.
Commissioner Lois Porche,
Present.
Vice Chair Burrell,
Present. I
there
forgot.
you go. Chair Gerber,
Present.
all members are present. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, Romero, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes, please stand. Hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Reordering and additions to the agenda. Does anyone wish to reorder or add to the agenda?
No.
Nope.
All right. All right, I will now open the public comment period. I now invite members of the public to address the Community Service Commission on items listed on the agenda. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes, speaking once on both on and off agenda items. This is your time to speak uninterrupted. Please address your comments to me, the presiding officer. Public comment is limited to 3 minutes. If you would like to request to speak, select the raise hand icon in Zoom before the close of the public comment period. You will then be called on when your turn is up to speak. Have we received any public comments?
At this time, we have not received any email public comments and no one wishing to speak during the Zoom call. So do we have anyone that's out in the public in the Zoom would like to speak? Seeing none, we have no one.
Okay, great. Thank you. We will close the comment period at this time for this meeting. At this time, I'd like to invite our commissioners to provide any statements or reports. Eddie and Brittany, being this your first time, this is a point in time when we are appointed to other activities outside, and we can discuss those meetings that we've attended or anything that we've attended and bring it to everyone's light and just share. So at this point, I don't know that I'll call upon you. You feel free to introduce yourselves and say a few words, but other than that, I don't know that you have much else that you would have to be able to say, so don't worry about it. But I'll start with Commissioner Carrasco.
Yes, I think it'd be a good time for me to make a statement. First off, let me just welcome the new commissioners. I think this is going to be a nice journey for them, but for Brittany and Eddie, welcome.
Thank you.
Also, on another point, just for me personally, as we all know, 2020 and the first half of this year has been quite challenging. And for my wife, Libby, and I, it's changed a lot for us and some of our priorities. We have 7 adult children and 8 grandchildren. And to say that our lives are busy is an understatement. So having said that, I think it's kind of bittersweet for me to have to make this announcement, but I know it's for the best. I've spoken with John Aguirre, and I think that this is the right time for me to step down. I'm going to submit my letter of resignation this week, and so this will be my last meeting. It's been my pleasure and my honor to serve as commissioner these past 2 years, and it definitely has been a growing experience for me. It definitely took me out of my comfort zone. But at this time, I think I would like to thank the members of the City Council for giving me the opportunity to serve this great city of Glendora. I also would like to thank my fellow commissioners, David Gerber and Mallory Burrell, as well as past commissioners, Jackie Dornick and Jim Riley. And to our new commissioners, I wish them the best of luck as you start this new journey. To all the city staff who have always been so helpful in every way, thank you all so much. And I would also like to extend a special thank you to John Aguirre and Annie Warner for their friendship and guidance. I appreciate you all very much, and I hope to stay involved with the city in some capacity, probably with the Trails Council for sure. And so I was just thank you all for your understanding in this matter, and that's all I got to say now.
Thank you so much, Romero. We appreciate that, and I personally will miss you, and can understand that this is a commitment and you take it very seriously, so that by you stepping away, obviously there are other matters that have more importance, and it's important to make sure that you attend to those. So we wish you well and thank you for the time and your service. And we look forward to still seeing you out and about in the community, as I know you will continue to be a huge member and role model for the community as you have been in the past. So thank you.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. I know this the city deserves commissioners that can give 100% all the time. So I think it's a good time right now. There are people probably waiting in the wings to step in. So good timing.
All right. Well, thank you for that. I'll move on. And Eddie, please help me to make sure that I learn to pronounce your last name. Is it Kuyumjian?
Perfect. There you go. Got it right on the first time.
Ah, awesome. Well, welcome.
Thank you. So yes, thank you so much. My name, I'm Eddie Kuyumjian, and first off, I just would like to thank City Council for taking this, selecting me for this opportunity. Secondly, Commissioner Carrasco, I wish you all the best. I wish we had more opportunities to work together, but I'm sure I'll see you around town and look forward to possibly seeking some advice from you down the line. So, and so just a little bit about myself. Obviously, I don't have a lot to report on events and going on in the city currently. I grew up in Nigeria and then moved to Pasadena and lived there, went to elementary, junior high and high school. in the Pasadena, San Gabriel Valley area, then moved to Arcadia. And then we moved to Glendora about 14 years ago. And I love the city. Each time it seems like I add on to my commute from downtown LA or Anaheim, where I'm currently working, but to me, it's worth it. And so I love the city, and I'm looking forward to working and serving the community the best that I can. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you and welcome. When we get to, we'll have to chat because it sounds like we have some history in common. As a child, I lived in West Africa for
Great.
my life, so that'll be interesting.
Great. Yeah, I'd love to hear about that.
Yeah, likewise. Commissioner Lewis, is it Portia? Is that how you pronounce it?
It's Louis Porche. Can you hear me?
Porche. Okay.
I wrote it down for Lorena, and I'll gladly do the same. I get all sorts of different pronunciations.
How have you let me say it wrong for so many years?
Because I love you, and it's okay. You get a pass. But it's Porche.
Porche.
And my first name is Brittany, 1 T, 2 N. So that's something that's different. Just to introduce myself, I am Brittany Lewis Porche, and I'm so excited to be joining all of you today. I've already been warmly welcomed, and I have been given the best heads up by Ms. Farrell about this amazing group of individuals. I've been a resident of Glendora for the last 12 years, over about 12 years. And I came to Glendora previously from Monrovia, which was the All-American City. So I think that speaks highly of Glendora, to go from the All-American City to the pride of the foothills. This is the right way to go. I also grew up in Pasadena, and I spent a lot of time traveling city-wise with my mom, my brother, and I. I have 3 children, young children. I have 1 adult child who is 24, recent graduate of UCLA. And we are just a family who loves to pour into this community. We've had great experience supporting the Food for Thought program as a vendor. I am a cookie maker by pastime, something that I like to do to de-stress. So when I heard about the person who likes to make benches out of tree stumps, I completely understand. It's great to pick up a passion like that. I'm surrounded by wonderful individuals, and I truly am looking forward to getting to know each and every one of you. I also understand, Mr. Carrasco, about this last year being a challenge. I lost my mom in 2020 at the beginning of the pandemic. So she became a Glendora resident with us, and so she's very much in my heart. Her passion for giving back to the community it's deep. So I love it, and thank you for having me today.
Welcome, glad to have you.
Thank you. Vice Chair Earl.
I don't have anything exciting to share. We will miss Ramiro very much, but like I echo your sentiments, David, about I think we all kind of had some clear priority moments in the last year. So I'm glad, Ramiro, that you're doing you. And we will miss you. But yeah, I mean, I'm so excited for our 2 new members, and I can't wait for when we get to be all together in person in our official capacities and just like suck up all the fun with each other, which I know we'll talk about a little bit later when we're gonna all get together. But so welcome, Eddie and Brittany, Louis Porche. I will never live this down because you have let me say it wrong at school for like a year and a half now, but that's okay. We'll let that go. But yes, nothing official to report on, David. Nothing from my corner.
Okay. I myself, unfortunately, was unable to attend the most recent Sports Council meeting that occurred yesterday. However, I can report just from being out in the community, Little Leagues are over, with the exception of 1 all-star team in Glendora American that will be participating in the regions or in the sections starting tomorrow out in Temple City with vying for an opportunity to go to state. I think we have several Lassie leagues that qualified for the state tournament as well, which is quite unusual and very successful, which is great. I think also the fall is headed in the direction of soccer and football participating in a full season. I know registrations and signups are ongoing right now with the anticipation of starting at the end of August, first part of September. So that's the committee that I have been a part of, and that's what I can report on. Outside of that, I was at the Sunday at the concert in the park as well for a short period of time, and it was amazing to see the park completely filled to capacity, overflowing with folks. So it looks like the city is really ready to re-embrace the open outdoors and all the activities and the fun events that this community and the city has to offer. And I'm very hopeful that John and his staff, Annie and the Teen Center and all of those guys have the opportunity to really give them what they want, because I know they've been dying to have that opportunity over the last year and a half. So just from what I saw, I think it's going to be great. So that's what I have. And I will then close the statement. And at this time, I invite our Community Service Director, John Aguirre, to provide statement.
At this time, Chair, I do not have a statement. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Then at this moment in time, I will turn the meeting over to the clerk, who will conduct the selection of the chair for the upcoming year.
Thank you. So at this time, I declare the offices of the chair and vice chair vacant. So nominations are now in order for chair. Do I have any nominations?
Yes, I nominate Mallory Burrell to be chair for the upcoming year.
Do we have any other
I-
nominations?
I'll second that motion.
Okay. Are there any other nominations?
I nominate Mallory as well. Am I allowed to do that?
Only one nomination is needed, but that's good. So now I'm gonna unanimously selected. Our chair is Valerie. So congratulations. So I'm gonna turn the meeting over to you so that way you can finish and conduct the vice chair.
Thank you. Are there any nominations for vice chair?
Yeah, I'm going to step right in. And Brittany, I'm going to nominate you for vice chair, since your enthusiasm and vigor is there. Why not jump right in full steam?
Are there any other nominations for vice chair? Hearing none. No, I'm sorry. Are there any other nominations for vice chair? Hearing none, I declare that Brittany is elected vice chair by acclamation. Congratulations, Vice Chair Louis Porcher.
Thank you, Madam Commissioner and Chair-elect.
Okay, so now we'll jump right into our agenda with the proclamation proclaiming July as Parks and Recreation Month in Glendora. And I would like to invite Mayor Karen Davis to give the presentation.
Thank you. Well, first of all, congratulations, Chair Mallory, and congratulations, Vice Chair Brittany, and welcome Brittany and Eddie to the Community Services Commission on your first meeting. And sorry to hear of your decision to step down, Ramiro, but can respect and appreciate your thoughts on that. We appreciate your service that you've given and know that you'll continue to be part of the Glendora community in whatever ways you are able to. And so we appreciate that support and involvement. And thank you, Chair Gerber, for leading the commission this last year. Appreciate your leadership in doing that. And we are celebrating that July is Parks and Recreation Month. You know, studies have shown that if you spend at least 120 minutes a week, it doesn't have to be all at one time, but cumulatively, that if you spend that amount of time outdoors, that overall you are a healthier person, both physically and mentally. So I think that community services and their care for our parks and our outdoor space serves a very vital role in the community. I know today I had the opportunity this morning to run on the trails in the South Hills. So I appreciate all that we have to offer to the community. With that being said, I share with you on behalf of the entire City Council this proclamation. Whereas parks and recreation programs are an integral part of communities throughout this country, and whereas the City of Glendora offers a wide variety of programs for all ages and levels of interest and recreation to aid in building healthy, active lifestyles, and whereas Glendora's parks and natural recreation areas showcase the ecological beauty of our community and provide a place for families to connect with nature and enjoy outdoor activities. And whereas residents value recreation as it provides positive alternatives for children and youth, promotes the arts, increases social connections, aids in therapy, and encourages lifelong learning. And whereas Glendora residents, visitors, businesses, and community organizations all benefit from the wide range of parks, trails, open space, sports fields, tennis courts, programs, and recreational facilities provided by Glendora's Community Services, Parks and Recreation Department. Now, therefore, we, the City Council of the City of Glendora, recognize that parks make life better and do hereby proclaim the month of July 2021 as Parks and Recreation Month in the City of Glendora, and encourage everyone to partake of the many recreational activities offered by the Community Services Department. And witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Glendora to be affixed this 15th day of July 2021. So thank you for all that each of you do, and everyone throughout the Community Services Department that you do to make life better in Glendora, making it a great place to live and play. So we thank you for that and celebrate your work.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, moving on. For staff orientations, I'd like to invite Community Services Director John Aguirre to report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to take a little minute to have our community staff introduce themselves, let you know how long they've been with the City of Glendora, where they work, their job duties, and whatever else they would like to add. We're going to start with our La Fetra Center, Debbie Lopez.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Debbie Lopez. I work at the La Fetra Center. I am the Human Services Superintendent and all things homeless. We just opened our center on July 6th, and we've had a really good showing coming back. We're not at capacity by any means, but we really have, our attendance has increased almost every day. So I live in Glendora, I work in Glendora. My kids were all raised here. My grandkids are going through the schools. So I don't know. I don't know. I like Glendora, so.
Thanks, Deb. Stephanie Lozano, our newest employee.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. I'm Stephanie Lozano. I'm a new management analyst, and I work alongside with Debbie. I started on Monday, so I'm fairly new. We live in Glendora. We've been here for about a year and a half. I have a 7-year-old who also is attending Glendora schools. So I look forward to working with everybody and hopefully meeting everybody soon. Thank you.
Rachel Oros.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Rachel Oros. I am the office assistant at the La Fetra Center. I handle a lot of the programming inside of the building, including all of our groups and clubs, classes, certain services, and our special events. I live in Glendora as well, and I've been working at the city for about a year and a half. I think I was there only a couple months before everything closed down, so I'm really excited to be getting back into the swing of things and actually see a full season of activities. Thank you.
Carol Stiletto.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Carol Stellato. I'm a 40-plus year resident of Glendora. I've been at LaFetra Center for 24 years. I'm in charge of volunteers, about 80 volunteers. I do information and referral, and I also work with the homeless.
Cheryl Ryan.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Cheryl Ryan, and I have been working at the LaFetra Center for 2 years now. In the capacity, I am the office aide, so I kind of help out whatever anybody needs help with. I do the LaFetra Times, and I have lived in Glendora my whole life, went through the Glendora schools, raised 2 sons, also through the Glendora School District, and love Glendora also. Thank you.
In our recreation division, we have Jennifer Kugler, who is not here. She is in Hawaii at this time on vacation. She has been with us, I believe, 28 years. She's housed over at the Legion building and does all our stuff, recreation, special events, and that. Now we introduce Lindsay McNeil.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lindsay McNeil. I'm the Community Services Coordinator in the Recreation Division. My office is at the American Legion building. I'm in charge of compiling all of the content for our department's tri-annual activity guide. I oversee the design and the production of the guide, along with the contract that we have with our graphic designer and printer. With that, I also oversee the flip side of that book, which is the Glendora report. So all the articles and everything, the design and layout, I do all of that. I oversee all of our contract instructors. So we currently have about 20 to 30 independent contractors that provide all of our activities and classes. So I oversee them. I coordinate the event rentals for the Legion building. We book our facility for weddings, funeral receptions, birthday parties. And it's booked most weekends out of the year, so that's really exciting. And then I assist with special events like the Halloween Carnival, Earth Day, Egg Hunt, all those fun things. I help Jennifer plan those. And that's pretty much it. I love my job, and my kid's going through Glendora schools, so I'm always around. That's it.
Thank you. At our Crowther Teen and Family Center, Annie Warner.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Annie Warner, and I just actually hit my 25-year mark with the city, which is hard to believe. I started as a rec aide, and I am currently serving as the recreation superintendent. I have the opportunity to oversee the teen center and recreation divisions. I also live in town, have a child attending the Glendora Unified School District. I feel like this job found me. I had zero intentions of staying when I was 16 and applied for a job, but I love it. I love going to work every day, and I love serving this community.
And Christina Warren.
Hi, good evening. I'm Christina Warren. I'm the recreation supervisor at the Teen Center. I have been there now a year and a half. And I oversee just any teen programming, such as our teen hangouts, which is our teen board that is ongoing. And we have our Teen Center in the Box, all of our teen trips and any special events, assist coordinating with that, such as like the summer concerts in the park.
And now our hub of community services, our admin section that's housed here at City Hall, Danielle Smith.
Good evening, Chair and Commissioners. As John said, my name is Danielle Smith. I'm one of the other management analysts for the department. I started working for the city back in the end of 2016, I believe, with the Parks Division, mainly looking at parks and trees. I work, again, in the admin division with City Hall. I assist the department with a lot of the budget preparation for mid-year and new year processes, as well as any budget adjustments and requests that come up throughout the fiscal year. I make sure that each division, as well as the department as a whole, is running smoothly and as projected. I also look over the lease agreements and the contracts for the division, making sure that they're up to date and that all the insurance documents are current and correct. I also assist with applying for grant opportunities for parks and recreation amenities. And then I work with other departments to make sure that those projects are executed. So I look forward to bringing some of those items to you guys in future meetings. Thank you.
Kelsey Fay.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Kelsey Fay. I'm the Administrative Assistant for the Community Services Department. I work here in the Administrative Office at City Hall. I've been working for the city since October of 2017. My duties include being the admin for the Community Services Director, John Aguirre, the department recording admin for the Community Services Commission, which includes writing and proofreading staff reports, making sure that everything's finalized before sending it to the City Clerk's Department. I also assist with the budget process, help with counter service, input classes, and act as the administrator for our online registration system. I'm also the custodian of records for our DOJ account and keep all the fingerprinting records for our department, and just help wherever I can with all the other divisions.
Megan Stone.
Hi, everyone. My name is Megan Stone. I am the office assistant for the Community Services Department here at City Hall. I have been with the City of Glendora for almost 8 years and with Community Services for almost 6. Some of my duties include being the main point of contact for the public for class registration and park reservations. I also attend and produce minutes for our Community Services Foundation's monthly meetings, along with helping plan and execute their fundraising special events. I have also been assisting the foundation after they absorbed the Project Glendora Yellow Ribbon, which is the military banners that you might see hanging throughout Glendora. And then also Kelsey and I have also been working with the City Clerk's Department and processing passports 2 days a week. And that's basically it.
As you can see, we have a great staff. For me, I've been here 32 years, born and raised in Glendora, played at a lot of went to the Parks and Rec during the summers and that, and used those. My mom still lives in the house that I grew up in. She's 95 years old, and one of 5 kids, very active in sports. I have 3 kids of my own. My youngest just graduated from high school a couple of years ago. He's going to be a sophomore at Long Beach. My middle daughter just graduated from the University of Laverne, and my oldest daughter works for the City Hope. And we just found out that I'll be a grandpa in February, so we're all excited for that. But yes, we are Glendora strong. Most of us all have ties to Glendora. As Jennifer, the only one that she used to call it Glendorkins, because we are so Glendora in that. So we do love our city. We are residents of our city. So that's more that we take care of and make sure that we are providing quality programs here for the residents. We take pride in that. So the one thing I always stress is that we are a family. If any staff member needs anything, they can call any of us and we would go out of our way to make sure that staff member is taken care of. And that's how I treat my staff. And that's what I think makes us so good. And that. So we love having the commission being part of us. Romero, we are going to miss you, but I know I can call you or Libby at any time, and you would be one of those to come out and help us whatever we need. So I know that I still have your number, and you will be getting calls from us for coming out and helping us with all our special events and that.
Thank you, Jen.
So that concludes our staff orientation, and I'll turn it back to you, Madam Chair.
I'll get a hold of Zoom eventually. Right in time for us to go back in person. I'll figure out how to use the mute button. Anyway, okay. Now for our Shining Star third quarter presentation, I'd like to invite Human Resources Superintendent Debbie Lopez to report.
Good evening. The Community Services Department would like to recognize Rachel Oros, Office Aide, as the third quarter 2021 Shining Star Award winner. Rachel has been with the Community Services Department since January 2020. Since then, Rachel has proven herself to be an irreplaceable and a valuable asset to the City of Glendora, specifically the Human Services Division. The first thing you'll notice about Rachel is that she's a very positive person with a can-do attitude. She is very kind and patient. She is always the first to answer the phone and willing to help her fellow staff members. Rachel was only here a few months before the LaFetra Center was shut down for COVID. Rachel's not afraid to step in and contact our participants or take on tasks without complaint or hesitation. She is committed to her job and the betterment of those around her. She has been asked to work in the administrative offices at City Hall, sometimes at the spur of the moment, and she just takes things on in stride, no complaints, and always shows up with a smile on her face. She is incredibly helpful, very kind, very resourceful, and she goes out of her way to give her assistance. Rachel has been an instrumental team member in the Community Services Department and is vital to the LaFetra Center's continual success. For these reasons, we'd like to recognize Rachel Oros as the department's third quarter Shining Star Award winner.
Congratulations, Rachel.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And I'm very, very happy to work here. And I love everything I do. Thank you so much.
Sounds super cool. Okay, moving on to the consent calendar. The items on the consent calendar will be enacted by one motion without individual discussion unless a commissioner has requested it be removed for separate discussion. Does anyone wish to poll or comment on any of the consent calendar items? Okay, seeing no requests to pull items have been received, I would like to request a motion to approve as written.
I'll motion.
Can I get a second?
I'll second that motion.
Thank
I
you.
have a motion made by Commissioner Gerber, seconded by Commissioner Carrasco. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, to
Yes.
approve consent calendar items 6 and 7 as presented, I will now call for a roll call. Excuse me, Commissioner Carrasco,
Yes.
Commissioner Gerber.
Yes.
At this time, I think the two other ones will have to abstain because you guys were not present, just so you know. Commissioner Kuyumjian, sorry.
Abstain.
Vice Chair Lois Porche,
Abstain.
Chair Burrell.
Yes.
Motion passes with 3-2 abstaining. Thank you.
Okay, now we're moving, there are no commission agenda items and there is no unfinished business. So moving on to new business. The Community Service Commission liaison appointments. I would like to invite Administrative Assistant Kelsey Fay to present the report.
Hello, Commissioners. So pursuant to Glendora Municipal Code 2.16.120, it may be necessary for a commission member to serve on a committee during the ensuing year. Commission needs to select a liaison for Sports Council, Senior Advisory Board, Glendora Teens Helping Others, Trails Council, and a homeless liaison. And then we'll do a backup for each one. So at this time, I'd like to call for a reorganization of the commission liaison appointments. And I'd like to open the floor for nominations for Sports Council liaison.
I'm going to recuse myself from that one since I've been on there
Yeah.
for the last 2 years.
Eddie or Brittany, do either of you particularly? I know nothing about.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Eddie?
I'm up for that. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, I'm lost my place. Do we need to like?
And can we choose a backup for Sports Council in case Eddie can't make it?
Am I allowed to back up? I have all of my kids are in sports, so I'll
Yes, of course.
definitely be there too.
Okay, and then I'd like to open the floor for nominations for Senior Advisory Board.
It's a good one. I did that year before. It's a good one. No, we're gonna have one of them be empty, right, Brittany? I mean, right, Kelsey?
Yeah, I
you
think
want one of
maybe
us to
one
double up?
person would have to be two,
Okay,
if that's okay. Until we
Well-
get another commissioner to fill the spot.
okay.
If I could jump in, I was really looking to try and do the teen hangouts. It's been a passion of mine with the fact that I think that that's an area of opportunity within the community and the city to really present a voice as for our middle school and entering high school kids. So
That's a good fit, I think.
I don't want to jump ahead, and if we need a second one, I'm happy to jump in on the homeless liaison, but I'll let others fill
Okay.
the voids and go from there.
Okay, did we have anyone that wanted to be the first for Senior Advisory Board? No, not a first choice.
How many how many are you allowed to sit on?
One of us will have to do two until we get a replacement.
Yeah, so it looks like David wants to do the teen board and the homeless liaison. So then we have Senior Advisory Board and Trails Committee left for first, and then we need a backup for each one.
You know what, David? I can do homeless if you want to be the backup for that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Okay, so we still need a backup for the teen advisory, for the Glendora Teens Helping Others.
I like that idea. I'd like to help with the Glendora teens. Now, I'm helping with two. Do you need me to lead one, or should I just, is two okay?
So right now you're a backup for two, and that's typically only if the first person like can't make the meeting, they'll contact you and say, hey, can you attend instead of me tonight?
Okay.
So right now for a first one, I either have Trails or Seniors,
All right.
if you'd like to be either of those.
Sure. You know what? I'll go with the senior. Mal, you said seniors was a great one, huh?
It is. They're fun.
I do like playing Pequeno, so I'll hang out with the seniors.
I'll take backup for LaFetra. I've done that one before. So
And then Eddie, would you like to be the first for Trails Committee?
Yes, yeah, yeah, that'd be great.
Perfect. And does anybody want to be the backup for Trails, David or Mallory?
I can be the backup there as well, because
Okay.
now it doesn't look like, I mean, the homeless liaison is not yet scheduled, so at this point, Mallory, I'm sure you'll participate in that when it comes, but so I can do the backup for Trails and the backup for the homeless when that gets going.
Okay. So Mallory, would you like to read or request a motion, and then I will read into the record what we have?
Okay, I would like to request a motion to approve the liaison appointments as discussed.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Okay,
So the nominations are as follows. For Sports Council, we have first of Commissioner Kayumjian and second as Commissioner Louis Porcher. For the Senior Advisory Board, we have first for Commissioner Louis Porcher, second as Chair Burrell. For Glendora Teens Helping Others, we have first as Commissioner Gerber and as second as Vice Chair Louis Porcher. For Trails Committee, we have first as Commissioner Kayumjian and second as Commissioner Gerber. And for the Homeless Liaison, we have first as Chair Burrell and second as Commissioner Gerber.
So a motion was made by Commissioner Gerber, seconded by Commissioner Carrasco. I will now conduct an oral roll call. Commissioner Carrasco,
Yes.
Commissioner Gerber,
Yes.
Commissioner Kuyujian, I'm so
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
Vice Chair Lois Porcher,
Yes. Chair.
and Chair Burrell.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Okay, now we will move on to the selection of our fall 2021 activity guide cover. I would like to invite Administrative Assistant Kelsey Fay to present the report.
Hello again. So tonight we'd like to ask the commission to review the presented possible covers for our fall 2021 activity guide cover. Next slide, please. So we'll see each cover on its own slide and then we'll show them all at once. So this is cover number 1, choice. Next slide, please. Cover number 2. Next slide, please. Cover number 3. And next slide, please. So we'd like to ask that you review the 3 covers and make a motion on whichever cover you'd like to choose for the fall 2021 guide.
Okay, commission, this is when we throw out our ideas. Like I say, I like number 2 because it's 3 times the cute.
I have a hard time looking at the choosing. I mean, I think they're all great. The aisle number 1 is just absolutely infectious. But I agree. I think number 2 it just gives you a good representation. It's just got a lot there.
And the Ferris wheel.
They're all so cute. I'm having the hardest time choosing. I could see all of them at my front door, cover picture wise, but I'll also join you in voting for number 2 as well.
Yes, I concur with everyone's assessment as well. My choice would be number 2 as well, but they're all so cute.
Right. Number 3 is cute, like a little scary, but cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I like number 3 also, but I think what I'm going to do is make it a unanimous decision and go with number 2.
Okay.
We have a motion for the selection of cover number 2.
I'll make a motion.
We have a second.
I'll second.
So we have a motion by Commissioner Gerber, seconded by Vice Chair Lois Porcher. I will now conduct an oral roll call. Commissioner Carrasco,
Yes.
Commissioner Gerber,
Yes.
Commissioner Kuyumian,
Yes.
Vice Chair Porcher,
Yes.
and Chair Burrell.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0 for cover number 2.
It's your guys' first official business. Well done. Okay, now we will move on to the Community Services Department year in review. And I would like to invite Recreation Superintendent Annie Warner to present the report.
Good evening again, commissioners. Kelsey, I just want to verify, will you be clicking through the slideshow?
No, it's me, Annie. It's me.
Oh, okay, great. Do you want me just to say next?
Yep.
Or- Sorry?
Yes, just say next.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Lorena.
Mhm.
Well, good evening. As you know, in March of 2020, we needed to change the ways in which we were able to provide services to our residents. And our department was able to quickly pivot and still provide services in a fun and safe manner. So I'm going to go take you through some slides that are going to highlight the last 16 months, not only Rec and Teen, but LaFetra and our admin departments as well. Next, Lorena, our first slide is our Patriotic Home Decorating Contest. It was something we did for the first time. Residents and local businesses were able to get into the spirit and decorate with all things red, white, and blue. And voting took place on Facebook, and Visiting Angels, located on Foothill Boulevard, took the first prize. Next, we have our Camp in a Box. As many of you know, Camp Kahila is one of our most popular activities for kids during the summer, and our staff was able to package aspects of camp into a box. Campers were able to participate with counselors online. They did crafts, camp songs, and fun games from the comfort of their own home 3 times a week. Next, we had our Active Kids Club. This was a brand new class that we offered using in-house recreation staff that we already had, who created and developed this program. It was an alternative for a fun, safe, interactive class just to get kids outside and exercising. The class is actually still continuing to meet. It was very popular. They meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5:30 to 6:30 at Finkbeiner Park. Next, we have our Outdoor Activity Club. This too was an answer to getting kids outside and off of electronics. Our day camp staff, who normally work at Camp Kahila, are very familiar with the trails up at Big Dalton, and they would lead two separate groups on Saturday mornings, and just taking them on various hikes and exploring our natural wilderness in the foothills. Next is our summer concerts on your lawn. Summer concerts is another favorite for many Glendora residents. And so we reached out to the bands who were scheduled to play in the 2020 season that was canceled, and they shared their playlist. And we were able to create a Spotify account and send it out via social media and encourage families and friends and neighbors to go outside and listen to the music on their own time. And funny enough, there are a lot of families who, you know, for them, it's a tradition of going to concerts in the park and congregating together on Sundays. And many of them would still meet at the band shell over COVID and still have their family picnic and just bring a speaker and listen to the Spotify in the band shell. Next, we have our Teen Center Hangouts. This was a way to provide in-person programming at the Teen Center that was a safe space for teens to engage in activities and challenges and educational workshop opportunities. Christina did a fabulous job partnering with local businesses, banks, the art studios, and offering a diverse, different activities for kids to come and enjoy. And they are still meeting every Wednesday from 1:30 to 3 p.m. At the Teen Center. She also developed the Teen Center in a box since the Teen Center was completely closed, and it was for teens ages 11 to 17. And it was a box just filled with fun activities from arts, cooking, STEM projects. It had the full directions. And the beginning of last summer, it was all online. And our city staff would do a live Zoom and walk them through whatever activity they were doing. And right now it is a hybrid. So they can come in person, or we are still offering it via Zoom. Next is our Halloween monster hunt. So trick-or-treating looked a little different last year. And in place of our annual Halloween carnival that's held at Finkbeiner Park, we offered an interactive event for all families. We had 12 large inflatables ranging from sugar skulls to a gorilla to a massive pumpkin, a gargoyle, you name it. There was something kind of Halloween-ish all around town. And residents were able to drive around and use a QRL code. There was a QRL code at each location that they could scan, and it would tell them information on the inflatable they were at. And our recreation leaders were at 6 of the locations from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., passing out candy, glow sticks, and Raising Cane's gift cards. They were able to make trays and attach like a pole and pass out candy and those goodies to all the kids safely. And we were really grateful to LA Party Works for the concept, and to the 12 sponsors who donated $500 each to make the event possible. They were Raising Cane's, Visiting Angels, Toyota of Glendora. Sorry, I just skipped ahead. Whoops. Toyota of Glendora, Kirk Warner Insurance, Hilltop Real Estate, Southland Properties, Kiwanis, Kiwanians, Authentic Escrow, CalAmerica, Carrie Boyer with Finance America, and the Glendora Rotary Department. So we're very appreciative to them. That offset the cost by $6,000 for us and able to provide that event to our residents. Next, we had our Halloween home decorating contest. It was really fun. The voting got very intense. A local high school student won. And we are grateful to Visiting Angels for providing the gift baskets to the 2 top winners. We also went virtual with our Halloween costume contest. And again, residents were able to vote for their favorite ones. Next, we had our Santa Express on Saturday, December 5th. We held our first Santa Express. It was a drive-through Santa visit in the back parking lot of the teen center. And about approximately 300 or so cars drove through and registration filled up within less than 24 hours. We were quite shocked that it filled so quickly. Participants were able to get a goodie bag with a holiday craft and snack. The Glendora Public Library passed out books. Santa, he had a walkie-talkie and was able to talk directly to the kids. We had an elf who had the other walkie-talkie, and they were able to share their Christmas wishes. Children were also able to drop off a Santa letter and received a handwritten letter mailed back a few weeks later. A local Boy Scout troop collected gently used shoes as a project for those in need and collected as many in one day at our event that they normally do in a whole year. Participants were also, man, I keep hitting the wrong button, sorry. Participants were also engaged to drop off a new unwrapped toy for children in need, and we were able to drop off a little over 300 toys to the local Department of Children and Family Services on Grand Avenue for the local foster youth in our community. And so it was a great event. We weren't planning on having a news media there, but KTLA showed up and did a really great little segment on the event, and it went really, really well. Next up, we have our holiday home decorating contest, which we offer every year. I think we're going to be entering our 29th this year. And normally you, the commissioners, drive around in a bus and you do the judging and you award the winners. However, this year we did it via social media and it took place on Facebook. So that was a great turnout. Next up, we had our citywide Easter egg hunt. And instead of the Easter egg hunt at Finkbeiner and Gladstone that we normally offer, we did a citywide egg hunt similar to the Halloween. It was held on Saturday, April 3rd from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And this time we had 6 large different variety of Easter eggs all around town. And there was staff, city staff at each location passing out candy-filled eggs. And Glenkirk Church did a pancake breakfast on the go at one of the locations. There were also golden slips of paper in some of the eggs, and the lucky winners could pick up a basket donated by Chick-fil-A. The 7th stop on the route was the Teen Center, where the Easter Bunny was happy to greet everyone with a balloon who drove through. Earth Day in April. This event normally is hosted at the Civic Center behind City Hall. However, this year we again utilized the Teen Center's back parking lot. It was on Saturday, April 24th. And many city departments worked together to put this event on, handing out informational items and giveaways. In addition, there was a collection of used motor oil, beverage containers, confidential document destruction, and there were multiple citywide activities throughout the week, including an eco scavenger hunt challenge and a virtual community bike ride. We followed all the guidelines and it was a great turnout with over 300 cars participating. Next up, we have our senior center. They were able to do their coffee and chat. It's a weekly meeting where the LaFetra staff meets with participants to catch up and discuss ideas for virtual activities and share stories. They had presentations, and once a month they would play a game such as Family Feud, Jeopardy, or Trivia. Next up, they also had book discussion groups, a group that met monthly via Zoom to discuss books on a variety of topics. LaFetra has helped host and facilitate their meetings for several months during the pandemic. Older Americans Month drive-through event was hosted in May, where participants could come up and stop at different stations along the driveway to say hello to staff and pick up a variety of different goodies. This was a way for staff to show support for our seniors who have been especially isolated during this time. Succulent craft class was hosted and sponsored in conjunction with the Visiting Angels, and it was held out front on the lawn where participants painted a tin can and planter and learned how to propagate succulents. We plan to have another class in a few weeks. Next up, we have our Project Yellow Ribbon. The Yellow Ribbon Committee has been recently absorbed into the Community Services Foundation. The committee was originally created by a group of residents in 2008. The goal was and still is to recognize and thank local service members by hanging their banners around town. Admin staff assisted in designing new banners, creating the application, updating the website, as well as reaching out to all the families that currently have banners. This month, the new banners with the new redesign were hung, I believe, a couple weeks ago. We are honored to take over this committee and grateful to the previous committee's years of service and to the men and women of Glendora who are serving our country. Passports. The city clerk's department started doing passports in 2019, and the rise of people wanting to travel again and through word of mouth, passport services have been very busy. So both Kelsey Fay and Megan Stone have been trained and certified on issuing them and are assisting the city clerk's office twice a week. So as you can see, I mean, this past year has looked very different for all of us. And so we are a service-oriented department where that is who we are and what we do. And we are really proud that we were able to continue to offer services and programs to our residents. And this would not be possible without our part-time staff. There's more of them than there are of us, and we could not do anything without them. And we are very lucky to have the support of our city council, who allowed us to keep our part-time staff. Many cities furloughed or were not able to keep them on. We had them the entire time, and that enabled us to offer these programs and do this. And also thank you to our commissioners and to our new commissioners. We really look forward to working with you in the future as we move forward. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to share with you what we've done the last 16 months. And if you have any questions or comments, I can answer them, or we have all of our staff here who are happy to answer anything.
Thank you, Annie. And this is the time, guide for our new members. After we have our presentations, then we kind of will go one by one with any questions or comments before we make a motion to approve. So we'll start with Commissioner Carrasco. Any questions or comments?
Well, I think Annie and her staff did a great job. I mean, these events were a little different, but man, they looked like they had a great time. And it looks like it was a huge success. So I think they did a great job. So, thank you.
And I would like to interrupt. It's a entire department. Our admin, they do all the printing. They do a lot of the plotter work. Our LaFetra Center, we all, even though there are 4 separate divisions, we do all work together.
Well, congratulations to all of you. You did a great job.
Commissioner Gerber, any questions?
I don't have any questions, but I have just a statement, and my statement is such. It's amazing to me that you guys came up with such creativity and such opportunity in a time when it was considered despair. And the amount of time and effort that you guys put into this is just unfathomable. To be so creative, to still drive and strive to have events for this community in this city. You guys are so underappreciated and known about in terms of the community as to how these events get put together, why they get put together, who runs them. And I can't thank you enough for all of the hard work that you guys have all done. Without it, this community would have been even a more, darker times for the amount of kids and the seniors that entrust upon you guys on a daily basis. And you guys do not get the credit that you deserve. And I wish there was a way for us to truly broadcast more of what you guys do and how it gets done, so that this community would be able to know the amount of time and effort that goes into it. And I can't wait now for the fact that we are opening up again to allow your creativity to come back to in-person events and to revitalize the city again, and make it fun as it has been at such difficult times. So thank you, Annie, and your staff. John, your staff, for Debbie, your staff at the LaFetra Center, the Teen Center. I mean, just all the way around the board. Thank you. And you guys did an amazing, amazing job in the last 16 months. And I can't wait to see what you guys come up with when you have the ability to just let loose.
Thank you.
Commissioner Kuyumjian.
Yes, thank you. Hi, Annie. No, great job. Those are great photos. Congratulations on such a, I mean, it just, the photos look so vibrant and alive. One question I had is the photos in your slides, were those the actual winners of like the 4th of July or the contests?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Visiting Angels won for the 4th of July last year.
Okay.
Lindsay created this. She's super creative. She's the one who did the slideshow. The 4th of July winner, we just did it again this past 4th of July. But that wasn't the photo that was up there. So Visiting Angels they went all out last year.
Oh, wow. Yeah, great. No, great work. Thank you.
Vice Chair Louis Porcher.
I was gonna second that. I wanted to say how amazing the PowerPoint was. Lindsay, I am so not surprised. I am very familiar with your talent and skill, and every year and every month, every quarter that we get the books, I'm always flipping from front to back. It's that filled. And so to see this work, you're right, David, there's not enough appreciation that can be shown for how much goes into it behind the scenes. But I know that this is a passion work for each of you all, and it shows in this effort. So keep up the great work. My family has participated in really taking full advantage of all of these wonderful opportunities, and I will be definitely speaking to that and the community and getting that participation going.
And I echo the entire commission sentiments about what just an extraordinary job. I think oftentimes we all kind of think that the wheels of government move slowly. But to, being a part of the commission, we kind of get to look behind the curtain and see all of the work that goes into what you guys normally do. So having known that before the pandemic and then seeing how quickly you guys pivoted into entirely new concepts, seemingly overnight, while you guys were all distanced and away from your offices and your things and stuff, it's really just a testament to not only your passion, but your guys' level of skill and dedication. And it's impressive because we're in the unique position of being citizens who also have a kind of peek behind the curtain, and to really just see what you guys were able to accomplish when everyone was at home and we didn't think we could do anything, to find a way to make that magic. Because I have young kids, and so being able to say yes, we can't go trick-or-treating, but we're going on a monster hunt, that was such a big deal. And I know you don't get that glimpse into everyone's living room, but those 7-year-olds and 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds who had so much taken away from them that they did not understand why, to be able to give them these little things that just made it, because they truly, my kids didn't know a difference then. It was oh, we're doing this is something new and cool, and it made them happy, which as a parent took just that little bit of edge off for us, because it's incredible. And I wish there was a way to accurately express, because I know I'm not the only one feeling that. I know a lot of people in the community, if they knew how to express their thanks to you guys, would happily do so, because it was just such a huge lift when we all needed it the most. So I hope that you guys really take that to heart and know that I think it's appreciated far beyond what you guys can see. So if there are no others, can I get a recommendation to receive and file the report?
We have a motion.
A motion, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
A motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Who said second?
I did, Eddie.
Thank you. So we have a motion made by Commissioner Gerber, seconded by Commissioner Kuyumjian. I will now call a roll call vote. Commissioner Carrasco? You're on mute. If you can unmute yourself.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry.
That's okay. Commissioner Gerber,
Yes.
Commissioner Kuyumjian,
Yes.
Vice Chair Lois Porche. You're on mute too. Perfect.
I said, oh, yes.
Chair Burrell,
Yes.
motion carries 5-0 to receive and file the report. Thank you.
Okay, moving on, number 11, upcoming goals, 2-year budget FY 22 and 23. I would like to invite Management Analyst Danielle Smith to present the report.
Good evening again, Chair and Commissioners. So tonight I'm going to go over a few of the goals that were approved with the upcoming 2-year budget for fiscal year 21 through 23. Next slide, Lorena. So those goals were approved by the City Council on June 22nd, 2021. So I'm going to go through them, a few of them briefly now. Next. So for the admin division, one of the goals is to work with Public Works to evaluate community services facilities to assess aging and need for modernization. Also to evaluate projects for additional requirements and upgrades needed for COVID-19 compliance to maximize use and reopen to the public, which we've already began. Another is to enhance the presentation of the parks and increase participation and enjoyment and collaborate with service organizations such as the Community Services Foundation to add new features or rehabilitate park amenities. Next slide. Another goal for the admin division, work with Public Works to renovate Gladstone Park with not a new splash pad at the moment due to the drought, but a covered picnic shelter, expanded parking lot, a new playground surfacing, and a new playground, which is hopefully coming soon. Next slide. For the Recreation Division, one of their goals is to co-host Jump into Summer kickoff event with the foundation. Another is to partner with Rotary and local businesses to enhance movies in the park through food vendors, youth activities, and movie-themed giveaways. Next slide. Another goal is to continue to offer outdoor and modified classes and events for the public during this time and adapt the annual events to comply with any changing guidelines. Next slide. For Human Services Division, one of their goals is to develop a sub-regional homeless housing program. Another one is to advocate for the City of Glendora to the County of Los Angeles for local per capita funding for Measure H funds. Another goal of theirs is to work with Union Station Homeless in Pasadena on housing and services for the homeless. And last, to update the homeless plan as a part of the strategic plan. And lastly, next slide, for the Teen Center. One of their goals is to modernize the tap card machine placement at the Teen Center in order to streamline the midday shuttle. Another goal of theirs is to increase the Teen Center rental revenues by 5% by reaching out to club sports and organizations through marketing on social media. And lastly, through the Youth Advisory Board, they want to host 2 new community youth workshops. So those are just a few of the many goals that we have to tackle over the next 2-year budget period. And at this time, I'll take any questions that you guys have. Thank you.
Any questions?
Yes, real quick. Is movies in the park, is that happening? Is the schedule out for that currently?
It is.
When does that start? Yeah.
It's going to be the first 3 Fridays in August.
Okay.
We have a magnet that's printed and we were passing them out this past Sunday at our first concert in the park. It had the list of concerts and a list of movies, but it's also available online on our digital activity guide.
Okay. Thank you.
As a board member of the Community Service Foundation, I saw quite a few collaborations, and I'm very excited about that opportunity to join forces. We've been dormant for the last 1.5 years, as everybody has been, and I think we're really looking forward to increasing our membership and increasing our visibility in the community to coincide with what you guys do and to help out with that. So seeing that, I'm very excited about those opportunities. So look forward to working with you guys even more closely outside of the commission.
If there's nothing else, can I request a motion to receive and file the report?
I'll make that motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Bye.
So we have a motion made by Commissioner Carrasco, seconded by Vice Chair Lois Porcher. I will conduct an oral roll call. Commissioner Carrasco,
Yes.
Commissioner Gerber,
Yes.
Commissioner Kuyumchian,
Yes, yes.
and Vice Chair Lois Porcher,
Yes.
and Chair Burrell.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0 to receive and file the report. Thank you.
Okay, now we will move on to discussing the tour of the community services facilities, and I'd like to invite Administrative Assistant Kelsey Fay to present.
Hello, commissioners. So we would like to invite the commission to go on a tour of all of our facilities and show you where everyone works, all of the parks, to help you become more familiar with everything and everyone. I know you met everyone tonight, so now you'll actually get to go and see where they work. In the staff report, we gave a few dates. We checked with our transportation division. They will be using one of their buses to bus us around, make all the stops. So what we request tonight is that you discuss the 4 dates that we've presented, see which one works the best for all of you so that we can put that on the schedule. There is a note in there that we made that for September 16th, that is the day of our September meeting. So if you do choose that date, that we will have 2 meetings that day, a special meeting in the morning and then our regular one in the evening. And just to note, we do not have a regular Community Services Commission meeting in August. So if you pick one of the August dates, that will be the only meeting that month. And that concludes my report.
Wasn't there also a note, Kelsey, about September being?
Yes, so previous reports have stated that the Federal Transit Authority or administration was going to be lifting their mask mandate on September 14th. But with the way things are going now, we don't know if that's going to be happening.
Okay.
What are the dates? Do you have those on a slide or?
I'm sorry, I do not have them on a slide, but they are August, they're all Thursdays. August 5th, August 19th, September 2nd, and September 16th, all at 10 a.m. We choose 10 a.m. because that's the in-between time of all of the shuttles that go on in the city. They have the Gold Line shuttle, the midday shuttle. So that's kind of the time where the buses aren't being used by anything else.
Well, I can't do August 5th, but I could do any of the other 3. What about you guys?
Same way, August 5th, I'm booked, but any one of those other 3 are open.
Okay, so is it okay if we axe the 5th? No one's super passionate about the 5th? Okay. So at least the 19th, the 2nd, or the 16th. I'm fine with the 16th being a double meeting day, kind of lump it all together, but I don't know if that's what works better for everyone else. The 19th, I think that was normally when we had a meeting scheduled, but we chose to go dark in August. So I don't know if.
Maybe use this in lieu of a meeting.
I'm sorry, what was that? I didn't hear your question.
Oh, I was just gonna say, maybe use the August 19th in lieu of meeting, just use that time. I mean, for me personally, I would say the sooner the better for me, just so I could get more, acclimated and get to meet everybody and get going.
Is that school registration week?
It is.
I was leaning more towards September 2nd. Eddie, I agree with you. The sooner the better for you guys. I remember my first tour, and it just gave me a whole better perspective specifically for you guys, starting. I was thinking September 2nd would be a good one. Having 2 meetings in one day can be a little cumbersome, just from a personal work perspective. But if I had to pick one day, my choice would be September 2nd.
If I may speak, I like the 16th of September as well. So the conflict with the 19th is the beginning of the school, which would be a challenge.
Yeah.
The 2nd is another great option. That's right before Labor Day weekend, I believe. So that should be fun and interesting. But yes, I would say the 16th is my first choice, and the 2nd would be a great second option.
Okay, so we've moved to September. We've axed August. We're getting somewhere. Either the 2nd or the 16th. I'm not. Neither one is particularly one way or the other. So. David, what was your first choice? 2 or 16?
The 2nd.
Okay.
And
Brittany?
correct me if I'm wrong, but the tour is a couple of hour event.
Yeah.
It's at least 2 hours, if I wasn't mistaken. It might have been a little bit longer because we tour many stops and we actually get out and talk with people and see things. So it's not just a drive-by.
No, it's a yeah. Okay. So you say 2nd, Brittany, 2nd or 16th?
I would go with the 2nd is fine with me as a first choice, and the 16th is fine as a second choice.
Okay, Eddie?
Same. I'll 2nd and then the 16th.
Okay, let's go with the 2nd. I think that sounds good to me too. Okay, I would like to request a motion to approve hosting a special meeting during a weekday, September 2nd, to conduct a city tour of the community services facility.
We have a motion?
I motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Oh, I'll do. Okay, so a motion was made by Vice Chair Lois Porcher, seconded by Commissioner Gerber. I will conduct an oral roll call. Commissioner Carrasco?
Yes.
Commissioner Gerber?
Yes.
Commissioner Kuyunjian?
Yes.
Vice Chair Lois Porcher?
Yes.
And Chair Burrell?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0 to host a special meeting on September 2nd at 10 a.m. Thank you.
Okay, and for our last order of business, at the end of each meeting, we usually do commission and staff closing comments. So I would like to invite the commissioners and staff to make closing comments. Let's start with Commissioner Carrasco.
Well, I guess for me, I just want to say it was a pleasure over the last couple of years, and I wish you the best of luck moving forward. And I'll be around and still be involved with the city. So I look forward to seeing all of you in some capacity.
Thank you, Ramiro. You'll be missed.
Thank you.
Commissioner Gerber.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. It's nice to officially pass the torch to you. Ramiro, my best to you and your wife and your family. We will miss you, but as I alluded to earlier, we know that your heart is in the community and you will be around, and we look forward to seeing you at all the events as well. I appreciate the 2 years of time and service that and having the opportunity to get to know you. I only wish that I can have the opportunity to get to know you even further down the road. I have one question, and this goes out to John. John, do you actually have an org chart for all of those that we met tonight in their roles? You have an amazing staff, and it is full, a lot more than it has been in the last few years. And I would love to, if you have one, have the opportunity to have it, just so that I have a good working knowledge of names and locations throughout the city.
Yeah, that's something we can put together and email it out to all of the commissioners. We do have the org chart, but we'll give you where they're located and their titles.
Now, a lot of new faces and a lot of great work. And I personally want to be able to, when out and about, if in those locations, look for those individuals and stop by, say hi, and also just continue to pat them on the back for all the hard work. So having that information would be of great help.
No problem.
That's a great idea. Commissioner Kuyumjian.
There we go. All right. I had to be the last one to flub with the mute. Well, thank you so much. Congratulations, Madam Chair. Congratulations, Madam Vice Chair. I wish you all the best. I look forward to getting to know you and working with you all. John, again, I look forward to, it was great saying hello to you the other day, and I look forward to working with you and in this role. And so I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you for accepting me into this family, and I look forward to working with everybody. And Commissioner Carrasco, I do wish you all the best and hope our paths cross down the line sometime. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Vice Chair Louis Porcher.
Well, I thank you. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm working on the sound aspect of this, but I do want to also agree with Eddie and with what David said. It's such a pleasure and an honor to be working with all of you talented individuals who are pouring into this community. I'm happy to be a part of this. And I know I didn't get the opportunity to meet you, Commissioner Romero, but I am hearing so many wonderful things about you. I know we'll bump into each other at one point or another. So yes, agreed. I would love to see that org chart. Like you said, that's going to be very helpful as we are getting acclimated to the system here. So thank you for having me. This has been a wonderful day to start.
Thank you, Brittany.
I don't know. Do I go next or do I go last? Okay. Director Aguirre.
I just want to say thank you all for great first meeting, and also for signing up for Concerts in the Park, for announcing. That's one of our things that we loved. We saw the crowd last Sunday, huge crowd, people having fun, dancing, and just socializing. And then movies will start at the start of August. We're trying a new date on Friday night. We're moving them from Wednesday night to Friday night, hoping to get more families out there. And our one beloved tree that was right in front of the band shell fell over last night. So now it is a wide open to the screen to the front of the band shell that people will see. You don't have to sit on either side of the tree to view the movie. And then our classes are doing very, very well. Swim classes, day camp, and almost all our classes have filled up. So people want to get involved and get their kids back out there, and our adults. The senior center has had, people have come out in the last week and a half, and tomorrow's a big day. It's our first day of bingo. So we're excited to see how that goes. And we're hoping that the teen center picks up. We haven't had the crowds that we usually have in for the drop-in program. And we're hoping to get the word out more and more that the teen center is open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. For kids to go in, or adults for basketball, pool, ping pong, the computer lab and that. So the staff is waiting for them to greet them and to get it back to where we used to average about 200 to 300 kids a day in the summers. We're hoping to get that going again. And if not, when the school starts and our shuttle starts, to get the kids down there. So that concludes mine. Thank you.
Anyone else? Any other comments before we
No, I did have one other quick question, and John, this is for you guys. With Ramiro vacating his position, is this a position that you will reach out and fulfill again through applicants, or will you go back to those that were applicants for the other spots and review that?
I can actually answer that for you. We actually have 2 vacancies, both in Planning Commission and the bid, so we are seeking applications for those. So we'll actually open it up now to the community services to see if anybody else wants to come and submit one, as well as we want to extend an invitation to those who have currently submitted previously to see if they'd be interested in that position that's vacant right now.
Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I also would just like to echo how awesome the summer programs have been so far. My daughter just wrapped up mud or clay class and drawing and painting class, and she starts camp next week, which she is very excited and nervous about because she doesn't know what to expect, but she's very excited. She's, like, I'm gonna bring my backpack with my lunch and my water and my hat, and she's like very, very excited because she's finally old enough to go, and she loves dinosaurs, and it's Dino Week next week. So yeah, I mean, it's exciting to see the concerts in the park, and I know all of us get to go and introduce some of the awesome cover bands. Working on my Elvis puns for the week after next. But if there is nothing else, I think we can adjourn our meeting at 8:29. We will be dark in August. So we will next all be together on September 2nd, and then later in September after that, the 3rd Thursday, whatever date that happens to be. If there's nothing else, I would like to adjourn the meeting at 8:29 p.m.